Katie's the only kid that didn't. There were 4 of them that didn't live there that got a Sanskrit name. Her Sanskrit name is Kamud, and it means water lily. And it means beautiful on the outside, but it's hard to get to the inside where it's supposed to be more beautiful. That sort of suits her, I think. Well, my name is Ann Jennings, and I worked for the Navy for my career after I went back to college as a single mom, finished college, luckily got a job working for the Navy as a contracting officer. So after I was there for a bit, a friend of mine introduced me to some of her tribal leaders from the Plains. And she said, this is my friend Ann, and she's a buyer for the Navy. And they got all excited, and I became their best friend because they wanted to know how to get government contracts. It's like, what do you buy? And, we want to sell to the Navy government. I said, well, it's the Department of Defense. We buy everything. What do you have that we can buy? So we started there. I started helping them. I started helping the tribes, mostly the Plains tribes in the beginning, meaning the Lakotas and the Cheyenne, Northern Cheyenne and Arapaho. They were interested in whatever they could get. But I thought to myself, why try to reinvent the wheel? They barely exist. I mean, their life is changed a lot, but it's still barely existing. I mean that their living conditions are beyond our wildest imagination of how horrible they are. I mean, they have very, very, very little. They make do with what they have. So it's really hard to try to build an economy on those reservations because the government, till now, the government really doesn't support it. So, like, if you go to foreign countries, it's easier to help them develop than it is to do it in our countries, because once you go to a developing country, the government invites you to go out and they have the money to put into it. Everything I tried to do with the tribes, we did with little or no money. Well, because I think the Indians were called the silent minority, and black people say, well, we had the same struggles, but they didn't. It was a completely different story because the goal with the slaves was to have them working for you, but the goal with the tribes is to get their land. And it's dwindled down and dwindled down. So, I just really feel compelled to keep helping them as long as I can because they're grateful. It's not like they're not grateful. Once you go out there and start doing stuff for them, they never forget you. And so, that's what compels me to keep going and start in the first place. I just loved it.